Welcome to my channel. So Nocturnal Wonderland is a music festival and or rave, depending on how you want to call it. And it's held in San Bernardino, California during the month of September. It's a 2-day festival and you can camp out if you want, or you could just buy tickets and drive in every day. So for tickets, you could do a 2-day ticket for about $100, and a 1-day ticket went for about $80. And then on site you can also rent lockers for all your stuff, and the 2-day locker rental is $35 and the 1-day is $20. And then you will have to pay for parking. I'm not sure the parking prices, but there is general admission parking and also premium VIP parking. The event is 18 and over, and once you get there, there is a security check. So they will look through your bags. They have metal detectors and metal wands. And you're not allowed to bring in pretty much the standard stuff. So no drugs, no alcohol. There are a few specifics that cater specifically to this event. So, you know, if you bring gum, it has to be an unopened package, no unopened cigarette packages, stuff like that. So you just really have to read their rules as far as what you can bring, because they do get kind of specific on that stuff. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all of like the basic information that you would need to know to go. And there were 3 stages. There was the main stage, another stage, and then there was a smaller stage that was kind of up on the hill, and it had a giant lighthouse on it. And then there was actually also a 4th stage, which was just like a giant boombox where they were playing music as well. So you can kind of pick and choose what type of music you want to listen to, what DJs you want to see, and just go to any of those 4 areas. There were a lot of interactive exhibits also. So they had two giant tunnels where they provided black light paint, and you could paint on the black walls, and that was really cool. And you could also paint on yourself so that you would glow under the black light. They had my favorite thing ever, which was a 3D room, and so it was a bunch of black light images painted, which looked really cool without 3D glasses, but then when you put the 3D glasses on, it was just popping out, and it was really, really cool. And especially on the floor, they had like 3D painted rugs, and so when you're walking, it kind of looks like, I don't know, it looks really trippy. So that was my favorite part by far. That room was amazing, and I could live in that room. And then they also had face painting stations where they would paint you with blacklight paint, and they had multiple bar areas where they had beer, wine, cocktails, and they had a lot of merch booths. So not only official event merch, but then they also had people selling like toys, like light up toys or furry jackets and glasses and just blacklight clothing and a bunch of random stuff that kind of fit with the environment. And they also had food there. They had a lot of food options, and they also had a couple of food trucks. And water, they had water refill stations, so you didn't necessarily have to pay for water. If you brought hydration packs, you could fill it up there. Or if you bought one of their reusable bottles, you could fill it up for free. Other than that, there were water vendors kind of throughout the crowd, and you could just buy water for $5. Everyone that worked at the festival, the security team, any people that worked for the venue, worked for the event, everyone was super, super nice. Everyone was really cool. They knew that everyone was just there to have a good time, and it was good vibes, and like everyone was super cool and super chill. So it was just a nice environment. We didn't really feel threatened by any of like the authority figures there. There were also a lot of cops there, a lot of people from the sheriff stations walking around. In addition to all that, they also had, I think, 2 medical tents, so you could go there if you needed anything or were having any sort of medical emergency. And I really enjoyed myself. So I am kind of an OG raver. I started raving back in 2007. My first rave was Nocturnal 07, and it was way, way smaller than it is now. It was held in like a parking lot in downtown LA, and now it's held at this giant venue. And I raved for, I don't know, 2, 3 years. I'm not sure how long I did, but I went to a lot back then. And for me, it's more about the environment. And no, you don't have to go there and get fucked up. Like, no, rave is not synonymous with drugs. You don't have to do that. Plenty of people go sober. Plenty of people just drink. Like, you basically just go there for the environment and to have a good time. And I love to dance, and I never really get the chance to. So I really wanted to go again just so I could dance and have a good time and blow off some steam. So I really didn't have anyone to go with, and I recently made some new friends. So they invited me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. And I was very nervous to go back just because it's been so long, and the rave scene has kind of blown up and really become more mainstream now. So I wasn't really sure what to expect. But I wasn't disappointed. I'm glad that it seems like the culture is still pretty much stayed true to what it was back in the day. It really is about just coming as whoever you are or whoever you want to be, and literally you're accepted by everyone. Like, if you only want to wear pasties and a thong, cool. If you're a guy and you want to wear a dress, like, awesome. If you just want to come in your everyday clothes, that's cool too. Like, it's kind of a judgment-free zone, and it's just really all about acceptance, and there's no hate there, and everyone is just welcoming, and you look around and everyone's just having a really good time, and people will just walk by and compliment you, and everyone that you chat with is just very nice, and everyone's kind of in that same mindset of just like have a good time, be nice to each other, like just be there for the love of the music and the love of lights, pretty much, because, you know, I love glow-in-the-dark stuff. I always have since I was a kid. I love glow sticks. I love all that, and laser lights and everything like that. So I am definitely a raver kid at heart, and you just go there for that. And they put on a really great show, and they have all the other little activities or displays that you can play with and just look at, and it's a very visually stimulating environment. And for me, it really is just about going somewhere where you can just completely be yourself and not worry about being judged. Like, if you're not a good dancer but you want to dance your heart out, go for it. No one's going to judge you. They're probably going to cheer you on. Or if you don't even want to dance and you just want to lay on the grass and like chill, like, that's fine too. So it's just a very welcoming place, and it felt really good to be back, and I had a good time. Something that I thought was interesting is that before, when I used to go, the parties would literally last all night and go until like 4, 5, 6 in the morning. And now they seem to end around 2 o'clock. And because of city ordinances, and I know back then there was a lot of backlash against the raving community, and people were really trying to crack down and regulate it more. So I think that's why. But they do end a little earlier now, but they also start a little earlier. So this one started at 5 and ended at 2. So we got there a little after it opened. So it is a long night of dancing and activities. So just be ready for that. I was pretty tired towards the last hour or so. And we ended up getting a hotel about 15 miles away. So that was nice. So we didn't have to drive all the way back home. And I had a great experience. I had a lot of fun. So I would give it a 9 out of 10. There are some things that I feel like could have been improved upon, or kind of like were frustrating to me. So one thing is the refillable water station. Apparently they normally have more than one, but last night they only had one. So to get your water, it was a really, really long line. So we kind of just gave up and kept buying water. So that was kind of frustrating. And then towards the end, it got super packed. Like, you couldn't even walk around. It was so packed. So I know it was a sold out night, but maybe like if they were to sell less tickets, it would be a little more enjoyable because you would actually have space to like dance around and people aren't like shoving and like trying to get through the crowds. So, and yeah, that is all that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Don't judge people who go to raves, because it doesn't mean we're all messed up and we're all druggies. We just want to have a good time, look at pretty lights, and dance the night away. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.